This is our first view of Tauranga, our first stop in New Zealand.
Now, let's go check it out. We are Rob and Michelle. We used to live on a sailboat that we sailed all through the Caribbean. We have since traded our sails in for airplane seats. Please join us on all of our travels, both near and far, and see where our adventures take us. New Zealand consists of two main islands, the North Island and the South, and more than 700 smaller islands. All three of our port of calls are on the North Island, starting with Tauranga. We actually docked at Mount Maunganui, which is a resort town across the harbor from Tauranga. We weren't sure what to do, but when you see a huge mountain, you must walk over and check it out. The track around the extinct volcano is one of New Zealand's most popular scenic walks. At a little over 2 miles, it's a great way to work off some of that food you've indulged in while on board. I'm going to pause the video here and point out that the weather was surprisingly cold and we didn't bring any warm clothes with us. So before our walk, we purchased a couple souvenir sweatshirts so we didn't freeze our butts off. Also, this guy Rob is talking to is our stateroom attendant, Joseph. He joined us for our walk. There are two trails you can hike up to the top of this 232-meter tall mountain. But we chose the leisurely walk around. The path has several benches where you can sit and relax and take in all the beauty around you. And you might even spot a seal. We did.
How you doing, honey?
Hold on to my hat.
Saw a bunch of people surfing, and where there's surfers, there's a beach. And yes, a bathroom. Wherever you go, there's always someone feeding the birds. And speaking of food, it's time for lunch. We ordered burgers, and the waitress asked Rob if he wanted tomato sauce. Tomato sauce? Oh, ketchup. It was time to leave this little resort town. The peninsula upon which the town sits is actually a half-mile wide sandbar, so that's why you can see the ocean on the other side so clearly. It was really cool to see all the people on the beach seeing us off. The captain announced that we were the first cruise ship in that port since the pandemic.
Leaving Tauranga now. Next stop. Ah, shit. What's our next stop?
Auckland.
Auckland. I knew it started with A.
Now to try a sunset time lapse on the GoPro.
First sunset we've been able to see in a while. We've had a lot of cloudy days since leaving Tahiti. Right there. I heard it. Yeah, I heard it.
Maybe not.
No, it was. I swear to God.
And with the power of video editing, I prove I did see a whale.
Okay. I think I'm done freezing my butt off out here. This is the warmest thing I could grab. Night night, sunshine.
The first thing we had to check out was the Sky Tower. The Sky Tower is 328 meters tall. That's 1,076 feet for us Americans. We purchased our two $18 tickets and up we went.
This thing's fast.
Yeah, it is.
Look at that. Holy smokes, that's fast. Oh wow.
We are in the elevator going up the Sky Tower.
What the hell is this thing so quick?
Yeah, it is.
Oh wow, look at yours. Look at that. Wow.
This is the main observation level at 610 feet.
See, it's the strongest of concrete.
That's okay. My scariness of heights won't let my mind believe it.
Here's some fun facts. The Sky Tower is taller than the Sydney Tower. The tower weighs 21 million kilograms, which equals approximately 6,000 elephants. The tower should remain standing in the unlikely event of an 8.0 earthquake. We took the lift up to level 53, which is 636 feet. This is where you can do the sky jump or the sky walk. Haha, no thanks. We finished up and decided to check out some of the places we saw from up above. We jumped on some scooters to make better time. We saw the town hall, a very pretty park, a building that could be its own park, and a real cool clock tower.
Not exactly sure where we are, but we came across this park. And it looks like the trees have pretty much overgrown it. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in just a minute. See what I mean?
We walked back to the waterfront and headed to the Halsey Street Wharf. You cross over a neat pedestrian bridge next to the marina and continue walking across, where you can visit the Maritime Museum or eat at one of the many restaurants. We were getting hungry, so we opted for food. We saw a sign that says the best fish and chips, so we had to check that out and weren't disappointed. We got ourselves another selfie, and Squeaky Chicken wanted one also. We had some extra time, so we grabbed some ice cream on the way back to the ship. Our final port of call in New Zealand is the Bay of Islands. There is not a big enough dock, so we got ferried ashore in one of the ship's lifeboats. Here's a quick look inside. Don't mind my finger blocking a part of the screen. We hopped on a scenic bay cruise to check out the area. The Bay of Islands consists of 144 islands. I don't think we'll see that many on this trip, but let's go and see what we can see.
In this beautiful little bay here on the left-hand side, this is known as Otahe Bay. Now this little bay here is very important to the Bay of Islands, in fact very important to New Zealand. It is known as Cook's Cove. Lieutenant James Cook landed here in November of 1769.
This here is Bird Island. It has a lighthouse and a gazillion birds. We even spotted a seal. Next, we come to the hole in the rock.
Now the island, Motu Kokako. Motu meaning island or standalone. Kokako is after the rare and endangered bird, the Kokako bird. Oh look, we've got some dolphins on our front left-hand corner there.
When conditions are right, the boat will actually go through the hole to the other side, but it was too swelly to do so today.
So there we go, folks, our dolphin friends coming to visit us here on our left-hand side here. No, come on, you're supposed to be looking at the hole.
Watching dolphins never gets old. We hopped off at the town of Russell. Russell holds an important place in New Zealand's history as being the country's first seaport and one of the most unruly ones with all the drunk and brawling sailors. It became known as the Hellhole of the Pacific. It is also home of the Duke of Marlborough Hotel. Opened in 1827, it is the oldest licensed hotel and pub in New Zealand. Sounds like the right place to have lunch. We headed to the shuttle pickup to get on the last shuttle back to the boat. And we weren't the only ones.
Exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you.
Sing it, honey.
Soon we'll be making it all right. The love boat from.
Well, after 27 days, we're here in Sydney, Australia. Do a little quick pano here. All the busy beavers are already busy beaving away. Trucks, food, supplies already being brought out right away, putting on. We docked about 4:30 in the morning. And then they got a walking tour. You can walk all the way up on top of that bridge. Way up on top of them flags are. Yeah, I don't think so. Well, maybe. They talked Michelle into it. Who am I kidding? Looks like a little amusement park over there in the distance. Might be a lot of fun to go check out. All the ferries are coming and going here. Pretty busy actually this morning. So many ferries actually are moving.
Goddamn right.
Squeaky Chicken got his last minute selfies just before we get off the ship. We We booked our cruise only 2 weeks before departure and thought we could plan our trip on board. After all, we have a lot of sea days. What we didn't anticipate was the inability to load up any websites. The internet was so slow the computer would just time out. It was so frustrating. From looking at a map, Australia seems very small, but it's only slightly smaller than the continental United States. Too big to see in just a few weeks, so we decided to just focus on the East Coast, and that's not a small task at 1,500 miles. That's like driving from Florida to Maine. Now that's a long trip. Now that we're off the ship, we're going to take an Uber to our hotel since we don't know how to get there. Wish us luck and see where we end up in the next video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll give you a little taste of the next video.
Oh my God!
I'd like to do this next song for all those of you who haven't been yet to Australia, because I want to highlight one of the amazing things about Australia, and that's the wonderful wildlife. Redback, funnelweb, blue-ringed octopus, taipan, tiger snake, outer-box jellyfish, stonefish, and that poison thing that lives in a shell that spikes you when you pick it up. Come to Australia, you might accidentally get killed. Your life's constantly under threats. Have you been bit yet? You've only got 3 minutes left before a massive coronary breakdown. Redback, funnelweb, blue-ringed octopus, taipan, tiger snake, outer-box jellyfish, big shark just waiting for you to go swimming at Bondi Beach. Come to Australia, you might accidentally get killed. Your blood is bound to be spilled. With fear your pants will be filled, 'cause you might accidentally get killed.